We're in a staring contest right now.
You and a squirrel.
Yes. Get the fuck away from my tree, asshole. That's what he's saying. I can interpret squirrel language.
It's August 29th, 2015. Steve loves squirrel. And this is your Fortean Slip News.
In my circles, Chris, they call me the squirrel whisperer.
They would. I thought you were a weasel.
Yeah, but, I still talk to squirrels.
Oh.
From abc.net.au, a cramped space and powdered cheese. Life for crew taking part in a year-long isolation in NASA's high seas. Ooh. 6 people have shut themselves inside a dome for a year in Hawaii in the longest U.S. isolation experiment aimed at helping NASA prepare for a pioneering journey to Mars. You go to fucking Hawaii and get locked in a dome. It just doesn't sound right to me. Hey, honey, we're going to Hawaii.
It's all for science, Steve.
The crew includes a French astrobiologist, a German physicist, and 4 Americans, a pilot, an architect, a doctor, who's also a journalist, and a soil scientist. They are based on a barren northern slope of Mauna Loa, living inside a dome that is 11 meters in diameter and about 6 meters tall. In a place with no animals.
What?
And
No, come on, I want to lay you joke from you?
No, but now that I think about it, that would have been funny.
No.
I'm not quick-witted at all, Chris. You know that by now. I'm very slow-witted. Very, very
Or just slow.
Well, I didn't want to say it, but yes.
Some people call you a fine investigator.
Yeah, well, some people have no sense of...
Some people are delusional.
In a place with no animals and little vegetation around, they closed themselves in on Friday at 3 p.m. Hawaii time, marking the official start to the 12-month mission. The men and women have their own small rooms with space for a sleeping cot and desk, and will spend their days eating food like powdered cheese and canned tuna. Yummy. Only going out... Actually, it sounds pretty good to me. Only going outside if dressed in a spacesuit and having limited access to the internet. Well, that sucks. Crew member Shayna Gifford described the team as 6 people who want to change the world by making it possible for people to leave it at their will. In a blog post on her blog. Architect, oh my God, this name is going to kill me. Tristan Bassingwaite, I think, said he would be studying architectural methods for creating a more habitable environment and increasing our capability to live in extreme environments of Earth on other worlds, according to his LinkedIn page. Hoping to learn a lot, he added. Any astronauts that go to Mars are facing a trip that would last far longer than 6 months that humans typically spend at the orbiting International Space Station. NASA's current technology can send a robotic mission to the red planet in 8 months, and the space agency estimates that a human mission would take between 1 and 3 years. With all that time spent in a cramped space without access to fresh air, food, or privacy, conflicts are certain to occur. The U.S. Space Agency is studying how these scenarios play out on Earth in a program called Hawaii Space Exploration Analog. Hawaii Space Exploration Analog and Simulation. Holy cow, that's a long
Book 'em,
fucking
Dano.
High seas for short. Before pressing on towards Mars, which NASA hopes to reach sometime in the 2030s.
Mars 5-0.
I would love to go to Mars, I think. I don't want to take the long journey to get there, but actually being there, I think, would be
We've all seen Total Recall, Steve. Well, maybe not you, but...
I have seen Total Recall, and I've seen it several times.
Just so you could see the woman with the 3 breasts?
3-breasted lady is pretty damn sexy, I think. I think. I don't know.
You go, Steve.
Well, I was never a breast man until recently, but now three would be, well, that third one might just get in the way.
It
I don't
could,
know.
Steve. You never know.
When you snuggle you want to snuggle your face right in between the two. So if you got a third one there, where do you put your, I don't know.
You alternate.
Well, you could do that. I don't know. From NJ.com, Paranormal Corner. Study shows most ghosts are dudes. The living have pondered males. Not,
No,
the living have pondered.
I got it, Steve.
Yeah, I figured most people would. The living have pondered the dead for thousands of years. Is there life after death? Why do our spirits linger on earth if there is a heaven? Do loved ones greet us at heaven's gate when we finally get there? One Icelandic psychologist, Erlander Haraldsson,
Was
conducted
more
research.
concerned about whether or not ghosts had dongs.
He conducted research that suggests a large portion of ghost sightings are males who died a violent death. Philadelphia radio hosts Rick Pruitt and Doug Hogate Jr., founder and CEO of Jersey's Unique Minds Paranormal Society, discussed the issue during Thursday's live broadcast, blah, 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 who cares. In history, men were out doing the dangerous jobs and women were home caring for the kids in the house, Pruitt said. Hogate agreed, citing war as a major source of violent deaths for men. Haraldsson studied 337 ghost sightings and interviewed hundreds of witnesses. He also checked official death records to verify the cause of death and gender of the deceased in each case to determine that most ghost encounters are with men. I don't know if I want a male ghost encounter, but as a paranormal investigator, this writer has interviewed hundreds of people who claim to have seen, heard, or
Does the
felt
thought of
spirit
ghost
someone.
dongs scare you, Steve?
The thought of dong itself scares me. I don't know. I don't care if it's a ghost or, flesh and blood. I don't want any dong. I don't swing that way, Chris. Many times the witness doesn't know who the spirit could be. Other times they may
I think you
be
deserve to
convinced
get teabagged by a ghost.
I don't want to be teabagged by a ghost.
Okay.
I don't want to be teabagged, period. It just doesn't, appeal to me. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but yeah, I'm not going to, yeah. Whew. Other times they make me. I think this is the first time in the history of broadcasting of any sort that somebody mentioned being teabagged by a ghost, Chris. We are breaking ground here at the Fortean Slip News.
Maybe. It's possible. There are a lot of people in the world. It could have happened before.
Obviously, this isn't that scientific of a study because you can't prove that ghosts are actually spirits of deceased humans. But scientists took the word of 337 plus witnesses that, one, they have encountered a ghost, and two, the ghost is exactly who they say it is. Yes, I believe in the paranormal and the possibility of spirits among us. However, I am also cautious, skeptic, and feel that real proof is needed in any study, such as this one, according to this writer. Could it be true that there are more male spirits haunting our world than female? Sure, it's possible. Many haunting claims include hearing heavy footsteps or boot steps, which are often associated with men. Men may also have more unfinished business here, so they hang around after their body dies. But I'm not sure if we can determine that most ghosts are guys based off the word of witnesses who claim to have seen a ghost. I totally 100% agree with that assessment right there.
Zippity-doo!
How the fuck do you know? How the fuck do you know if the ghost is even the spirit of a deceased person? We don't know that. There's no scientific evidence that that is even the case.
I thought that they just went up to the ghost, kind of like Crocodile Dundee went up to the transsexual and just grab it by the junk and see.
Well, that would be more of a scientific study than, okay, the witness said it was a male and said it was this dude or whatever, So grabbing the ghost's junk would probably be a little better. I don't know. And an update, Chris. Do we have music? Do we have update music? No, we should get update music.
Breaking news! Oh, wait.
Hey, that works. I'll take it. I'll take it. From TVOvermind.com. We did the Jack Kevorkian Volkswagen bus story. I think Wednesday we did that story.
Yes, we did.
Well, it got sold, Chris. And guess who bought it? Zak Bagans. Zak Bagans, the ghost hunter.
Bilbo?
TV. No, Zak.
Frodo?
Zak Bagans.
Douchebag?
Zak.
Douchebaggins?
Well, maybe that's a correct assessment. I don't know.
It's more appropriate.
Zak Bagans isn't your normal TV host. He isn't your normal human being. While he spends much of his time on ghost adventures, he also spends an equal amount of time collecting really,
Well, most
really
of the time,
weird
he walks around in front of a camera going, what was that? What was that? Did you hear that? What was that?
Most of the time, obviously, he's on TV, but the rest of the time, he collects really, really weird stuff. Adding to his list, Bagans recently purchased Dr. Jack Kevorkian's former Mobile Death Assistance Laboratory, also known as a VW bus.
It's off the market, people.
Damn it, man. I was going to go buy that. I would, and seriously, in all seriousness, I would love to own that thing. Mainly because it's a Volkswagen, but because it would be the coolest fucking Volkswagen to own, I think. You know, the history behind it. It's pretty damn cool. Although Zak paid a little bit. Yeah, Zak paid a little bit too much for it, but hey. The host says that when he heard Les Gold from Detroit's Hardcore Pawn was selling the 1968 VW bus, he bought it for $32,500. Holy fuck. You know, he paid about $31,000 too much for that van. However, because of the condition of that van, it doesn't fucking even run. Just in case you didn't know, Kevorkian used the bus, during his string of 130 assisted suicides before his own death in 2011. Only one problem with the bus: it doesn't run. Zak also got the original registration and a copy of Kevorkian's driver's license. Just in case you're wondering what other weird stuff that Bagans has picked up, back in March, he purchased the Cauldron serial killer Ed Gein, or is it Gein? Gein.
I think it's Ed Gein.
Yeah.
Gein.
Used to secret dismembered body parts. Let's just say if I ever get an invite to Zak's house, that I will promptly turn it down. That's according to the Raider. If I get an invite to Zak's house, I'm there, man. I want to see this shit, especially the Volkswagen, of course.
Not me.
According to this story, Zak plans to use the bus for a paranormal project. Of course he does.
Everything's got to be paranormal with that fucking jackass.
Didn't he just bought like that one haunted house there? I forget where it was.
I thought he did. We did the story on it it was a while ago now.
You know what, Chris? I mean, we're in the right line of work, apparently, because if he's got that kind of money to buy a van for $32,500 that doesn't even run, I mean, maybe we're on the right track.
Whatever track that is.
I'd actually love to go out and do that kind of thing, but hey, whatever. That is the news, Chris.
Great. Wonderful. Hey, Mick.